Welcome to the McKenzie Video Library. In this segment, Rick Carter demonstrates salting the hide and pickling.
After a specimen has been skinned out, it's important to turn or split the lips and the eyes, nose and ears, and the feet. Splitting the skin is just a taxidermy term used for separating the skin-to-skin area around the mouth and the nose where the skin is thick. Splitting is like butterflying a fillet. You're separating the inside skin from the outside skin. Split the lips. Get the excess meat off the nostrils. Just get those areas thin and the salt and the chemicals can penetrate. The ear skin was separated using ear openers and then inverted. Be sure to cut away excess meat from the ear butts. Separate the skin and split the eyelids completely to the eyelash follicles. Excessive meat and fat need to be cut away from the skin. Sometimes there's chunks of fat that can keep the salt from penetrating too. If you're afraid a skin is in danger of slipping, it's okay to skip the salting process and go straight to the pickle. Be sure to get the salt up in these lips where you've split them. I like to work it in. You can use any kind of salt that's besides rock salt. Salt is very cheap, so don't hesitate to use a lot of it. Pour the salt in and work it in as you go. Get that skin laid out good and flat on a bed of salt and keep adding it. You need a good 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick layer of salt on this deer cake. During the next 24 hours, the salt will pull the blood and fluids out of the skin. The next day, shake off the old bloody salt. You can see that the skin is already a little drier and tougher, ready to be pickled. The next step is the acid pickle. The pickle creates a hostile environment for bacteria. It also plumps the skin for easier shaving and enables the skin to receive the tanning agent. It's probably the most important part of the entire tanning process. We're going to start with this container with 5 gallons of water for an average deer hide. Then we're going to add a pound of salt per gallon of water. For a 5-gallon pickle, that's about 2 quarts of salt. You want to stir the salt into the solution. Use a 1/2 ounce of ultimate acid per gallon of water. For 5 gallons of water, that's about 2.5 ounces of acid. For thick or oily skins, you can put the McKenzie relaxer degreaser right straight to the pickle. Use 2 ounces per 5 gallons of pickle. Be sure to stir the pickle really well. The pH in your pickle should be between 1 and 2. Ours is at about 1.5, so that's perfect. Immerse the skin into the pickle. Be sure to sink it completely and get out all the airlocks, and don't ever crowd a skin. You need a lot of room in there. Skins can remain in the pickle for weeks as long as the pH is kept between 1 and 2. Check occasionally with your pH test papers, and if the pH goes up, just add a little bit more acid. The skin must stay in the pickle for a minimum of 3 days. During this time, you should agitate the skin several times a day so the pickle can fully penetrate.